The Walt Disney World Resort is resorting to destroying Tom Sawyer Island and the rivers of America right in broad daylight, and where folks can watch it happening before their very eyes. It's not disguised, and it is a terribly bad show. Now crowds are crashing yet again after fall break is over, and some are wondering, is it time for Disney to admit they should have done a do-over when they came up with the next plans for Magic Kingdom? It's a beautiful day, folks. We're coming to you from somewhere sunny USA, and we're so happy to have you joining us wherever we might be today, in your car, in your office. Well, folks, we're just happy to be there. It's an honor, it's a pleasure, truly an attitude of gratitude every time we get to share time with you. Click that like button, and let's talk about what's going down at the Magic Kingdom beyond just the crowds once more. All right, we've heard of bad show before at Disney, but this takes the cake from Drew Disney Dude. Crews are actively demolishing Tom Sawyer Island at Magic Kingdom. Here's what you can see at the happiest place on Earth the next time you go and want to see Earth being moved from one of your favorite attractions and locations, the vista of your dreams, now being demeaned by Bob Iger's construction. No, Sarah McLaughlin, we will not play you. This is not one of those sad puppy videos, but you can see that guests at Magic Kingdom right now can watch literally as the excavators, the bulldozers, everything tears down trees, tears down beauty. The greenery is going away, and you can watch it happen before your very eyes. Now, folks, if we go to the aerial view, you can see that they're getting the trees knocked down. The buildings are all knocked down over at Magic Kingdom. And very soon, this is going to be now just a strip between the Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder that you'll be able to see the two things very easily. Stare at one, stare at the other. And this will now be filled with cartoon cars and then villains and, oh boy, modern Disney. Modern Disney. We're going to talk about just how poorly this is going for Disney because, yes, folks, yet again, this kind of thing is destroying the House of Mouse. It is a 1 out of 10 on crowded level right now at Disney World. We'll explain what's going on. But before we do, Ron, let's go to you. Ron, you've been in the park. You've been watching what's happening. How sad is it now to be in Frontierland and literally watch them knocking down those beautiful trees that have been there since the park's opening back in the 70s?
It's awful. And it is massive amounts of destruction all over Walt Disney World right now. That's what's so funny. It's like, I don't know why they decided to do everything all at once, because you have basically a row of construction walls that I want to say is 4 or 5 football fields long if you walked all the way around from the Haunted Mansion all the way to Big Thunder, which is also under construction, reconstruction right now. So that's all closed. This beauty that you're seeing here in this B-roll is gone. But also at Hollywood Studios under construction, and you've got Animal Kingdom is like walking through a maze. I mean, they literally ought to bill it as another attraction, since they have so little attractions at Animal Kingdom right now anyway, as the walk-through maze to get to Dinosaur or whatever's left of Dino Land. It's ridiculous. This was gorgeous. There was no real reason to tear this down other than they want to monetize it and put lightning lanes in something there, and you couldn't do that with Tom Sawyer's Island.
That's exactly right. So what is the result of this? Well, folks, let's take a look. And this, I think, really is not enjoyed by those who want to proclaim loudly, Disney's crowded. They lie. They lie. Folks, we told you there's going to be about 2 weeks of crowded at Disney. I mean, we just flat out told you this. 2 weeks of crowded at Disney for the fall break crowds. Why? Because some of the states across our beautiful nation, their entire school systems go on fall break all at the same time. And during that 2-week period, they all go to their vacation spots. They go to Dollywood. They go to Busch Gardens. They go to Charleston, South Carolina. They go to Jersey Beach, and they go to Disney as well as Universal Studios. And now they're gone. Weight factor of 1 today at the time of recording, which puts it number 2,054 out of the past 2,342 days. Many of those days, by the way, come from when the park was shut down due to the pandemic or because of hurricanes. And if we go down here, you can see that Magic Kingdom crowds today versus during the fall break time, they've dropped by 40%. 40%. Let's go down now to the by the week gauge, and I want to show you what's coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, it turns out we tell the truth and we do it very well. This is bi-weekly. Okay, this is weekly. Each one of these little lines is a week by itself, and you can see we had a bounce. We had a nice little bounce in the second week of October, and then we had a nice little bounce in the second week of October or third week of October, overlap there. And now we're back down to some of the lowest crowds we have seen since the pandemic. And that's no surprise. If you've been watching the channel, you knew this was going to happen. This is what's playing out. And I believe it's because of things like this. Culture, as we watch what's happening to Disney World, a lot of people, they get there, they didn't know this was going on, and they're unhappy about it. They're going home and they're telling people, and Disney now offering, what was it, like half off hotel rooms for the holidays, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, for residents of Georgia. So Culture now, after those 2 weeks of fall break and people saying, it's great at Disney, oh my gosh, Pro lied, we're back to reality again.
Yeah. And look, this is something that happens regularly. You know, they have a little bit of an extra bump, not just because of the fall break, but also because of the parties, right? People are drawn to Magic Kingdom for the stupid little treat trails that, you know, you're better off buying a bag of candy for your kids and, you know, like just like laying it out like breadcrumbs for them to find. Outside of being able to ride attractions and skip all those kids that are going down the treat trails, you're basically paying another day's entrance to the park for those parties, and they're really not that valuable. The other thing that I think about this is Disney absolutely hates when a negative eye is cast upon them. They're constantly worried about the optics of certain situations, which may be one of the reasons why they're unwilling to get rid of their DEI stuff and have rebranded it to belonging, which we all know is, you know, just one of those magic bridge letters.
I know what you wanted to say. It was some sort of processed meat.
Bologna sausage, indeed.
Yeah. Don't get away from your catchphrases now. We pay you.
I won't, but I feel like these are one of those times where the optics are so bad for Disney that they pull out all the stops to try to disprove it. And Pro, I would say we are maybe a week separated from when the crowd levels really tail off. And, you know, I mean, after Halloween, what's the point?
Right. Well, let me show you another thing. If we go to right now, let me pull this. Let's see. Here is the same website, Thrill Data, covering Universal Orlando. Now, Disney is at a 1 out of 10, and yeah, the crowds went away. I got it. Yeah. But Universal Orlando's at a 3 out of 10. And we've watched Universal consistently be more crowded than Disney over the past 3 weeks. It's continuing even as the crowds go away. Marvin, I got to say, I think Epic is having a real impact on Disney. I know people don't want to talk about that. In fact, there's this massive war taking place on, what do they call it, Diz Twitter? I don't know, silly. But there's this massive war because the Disney park influencers cannot stand the idea that Universal is actually winning.
Yeah. I mean, look, we heard it for the last couple of weeks where everybody was like, look, it's crowded this week. That means the last 3 months of it being deserted doesn't count. And everybody lied. So yeah, it was crowded during Canadian Thanksgiving and fall break, and now it's back to where it was, which is not where they want it to be. I plan on trying to get over there this week to have a look, see for myself exactly how those crowds are doing. But yeah, I mean, this is right back to where it was. It's, you know, people had fall break. They came to the parks in droves, and now they're not there anymore. I mean, but we're seeing with Universal right now. I mean, I go to like regular Universal, not even Epic Universe, and it's packed. I go to City Walk, and it's packed. You go to Islands of Adventure, and it's packed. You know, maybe not like peak summer crowds, but definitely more than you're seeing at Disney. So I think what's happening is Universal's rollout plan that we talked about ad nauseum before Epic Universe opened up is actually working. What they had done was they had made Epic Universe part of a package with other tickets. A lot of people bought them in advance. So I think even now that you're able to buy single day Epic Universe tickets, the people that had already bought those packages, they are bleeding over into the other parks because they have a 3-day ticket of, you know, multiple parks. So you're seeing that crossover. So yeah, I think that what Josh DeMauro said, that these people that are going to Epic Universe are going to have to go to the Magic Kingdom, doesn't look like it to me.
Marvin, I'm confused. Did you call out Fakesgiving?
No. Canadian Thanksgiving, which they come down here during what we now, because of Disney, going to rebrand as Wall Break.
Wall break. By the way, we like to share the love. We've never used qtimes.com before. We'll use them today, even though this ad is getting in the way. At Adventureland, you can see, folks, 25 minutes for the Jungle Cruise, 10 minutes for the Enchanted Tiki Room, which means, well, you got to wait till the next show to end. 10 minutes for Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's see, what else we got? 35 minutes for Tron. So don't pay to get on that. Let's see. Carousel of Progress is, of course, closed. 35 minutes for Peter Pan's Flight. 30 minutes for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Little Mermaid's down. Big Thunder's down. Tiana, 25 minutes to get on it. And Haunted Mansion looks like, I guess, the unusual one. I don't know if maybe they had some technical difficulties at some point, but 30 minutes for Haunted Mansion. So essentially,
the industrial fans.
Essentially, there are no waits today at the Magic Kingdom. And just as we've said before, once fall break was over, there was no more. But I will add, Ron, one more thing, and let me bring you in. You know, Disney's going to have a rough time for the holidays. We know that because they're giving these crazy deals to even, states that aren't Florida. I think this is why, Ron. I think their decisions are ultra unpopular, and they're going to have to deal with them now.
Can I just say that right now, Hagrid's is a 100-minute wait over at Universal Islands of Adventure. So, the reason I bring that up is I'm comparing Tron, 35 minutes at the Magic Kingdom right now, and you had said that Universal was only at a 3 instead of a 1. Still 100 and over an hour and a half for Hagrid's, which, by the way, is pretty cool, pretty darn cool ride. But when you compare the two, it is very clear, at least this year, Universal is winning. There is a lot more foot traffic over there, a lot more people going in. I don't know how it plays out when you look at how they do their skip the line pass versus lightning lanes. I've always complained that if somebody's buying a lightning lane multi-pass versus a premier pass, they're still going to the same line. The person that paid for the multi-pass paid $45 per person. The person that got the premier pass paid $450 per person, 10 times the amount, and they still have to wait the same amount of time. So, I think the way Disney is doing things, it's just making it so much more difficult for the guest experience to be an enjoyable overall guest experience. And it's still baffling to my mind because Disney, they had everything going for them just 10 years ago, definitely 15 years ago. And I don't know, I can't put every factor together of how this happened, of how the Disney parks have just
ultra woke incompetency.
I guess. I mean, ultra woke, yeah, definitely incompetency, a lot of ultra woke, a lot of paying attention to the wrong things and literally completely disregarding the guest experience. But somehow Universal has picked up the slack, and they're doing such a great job with Epic Universe, with Islands of Adventure, with the Universal Parks. And by the way, Grinchmas is coming up, and Grinchmas is fantastic. There's just a lot of exciting things. I think there's a lot more buzz and excitement about Universal right now than there is Disney.
Let's jump into one more chart I want to show folks, and this is going to be one we haven't shown you before. Many times we display the Disney chart where you see the decreasing wait times across their parks. And when we show you that, we do so with the knowledge that Disney is decreasing the number of rides, which should naturally increase the wait times. But we've never on this channel before shown you Universal. Now you can see that there is a very slight decrease. That line is slightly moving downwards for Universal. But what you also need to know is that Universal added an entirely new park. And adding an entirely new park means that they added more rides, which spreads out the crowds dramatically, which should mean that Universal, as just a part of the natural consequence of that, would have dramatically lower wait times. They don't. They're outpacing Disney even as they added 12 new attractions over the past year or two. So this is what Universal is doing. This is why they are such a force in Orlando and why Disney is having a very hard time countering them. Panel, any final thoughts on this one since we've never shown this before?
You know, it's an interesting thing. We saw the way that Disney implemented Lightning Lane, which was, in a way, a response to Universal's Express Pass, or maybe a late to the game. It's a very slow response, but it ended up kind of hurting the parks there for a little while until they worked out a few other quirks. We're not talking about how bad Lightning Lane is for the parks in the same way that we were, say, a year ago. But Disney's Lightning Lane system, basically, it was just cheap enough that you would feel foolish not to buy it, but the lines were bad enough that you felt foolish for buying it. Maybe I'm not saying that fully correct there, but it was so cheap that it hurt the guest experience across the board, whereas Universal's Express Pass was so expensive that it didn't affect an everyday person. Now Universal is toying around with something closer to Disney system, and we're all kind of, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing over here? They're just using it on Kong Skull Island and the Mummy at the moment, which are two rides that probably don't need it. Looking at what Universal does right now, they have operational issues, but they're still able to overcome them with a good guest experience. Disney right now has the momentum of being the greatest theme park company in the world so far, up until today. I think Universal is trending the right direction, and we really question whether Disney has what it takes to turn around at this point. So I don't know. All eyes are on Universal, and there's still people watching Disney to see what they do. We're watching Disney to see what they do, but I don't have a lot of hope that they're really going to turbocharge like they say that they've been doing.
Yeah, I think the decisions that they're turboing us into might be something that's going to actually undo the magic of Walt Disney World. You know we must bid adieu for now, but folks, I encourage you, if you enjoyed this kind of video, well, we have plenty more and more on the way every single day. We do it for you. Check out the WDW Pro channel and go click on videos. You can see the most recent ones and enjoy all the stuff we're talking about, and hopefully give us some feedback, because we would love to cater what we're doing for you. You are the consumer. You are our valued guest. It's how entertainment companies once upon a time treated the people who bought their stuff, and we're still doing it here. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, we always say this because we think you indeed are special and matter. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water. Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
So I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.